In today's video, I'm going to be sharing a week of wholesome, easy, delicious vegan dinners that you can make at home in 15 minutes or less. If you're new here, my name's Kira. Welcome or welcome back. I share easy, delicious vegan recipes to help make your plant-based journey easier and less complicated. All right, guys, let's dive in. We are going to be doing a Buddha bowl or power bowl, however you want to call it. Basically, all you need is a base of starches or carbs, a base of like greens or veggies, and then put your protein on top with some delicious homemade sauce, and you're set. Okay guys, let's dive in. All right, the first thing you want to do is just wash and chop your potatoes. I'm using little mini potatoes here, and then cover them with a little bit of oil of choice. I'm using spices here, paprika and garlic powder, but you can do what you like. You can do salt and pepper, garlic powder, nutritional yeast, really anything you're feeling. Then I'm gonna pop these in my air fryer here for 350 degrees, and I'm only putting them for 10, but I wanna check them halfway through. For the greens, I'm doing spinach and kale. For the kale, you just wanna de-stem it because that stem is really hard and not easily digestible. And then just give them a wash. Once they are thoroughly cleaned, I'm gonna set them aside to dry in a clean dish towel and set them aside for later. Next, I just drained and rinsed my can of chickpeas, and I'm gonna add them on the potatoes and just give them a little mix so that the spices go onto the chickpeas as well. For the sauce, you just want to pre-soak your chickpeas for about 5 minutes in hot water. I'm using just a 1/4 cup of chickpeas and just enough water to cover them. While the chickpeas and potatoes are cooking in the air fryer, I am just going to prepare the greens now. So I'm just going to split them up into a couple of bowls or however many people you are feeding. And then I'm going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil, lime juice, and salt. And then just give that a nice mix with my hands. And you really want to massage it so that the kale becomes a lot softer, because if you don't massage it, the kale is very hard to digest and yeah, not so pleasant. Of course, always make sure to do a taste test. All right, it's been about 5 minutes. Our cashews have soaked. I'm just going to drain most of the water out and just leave a tiny bit, and then add in some fresh cilantro, garlic powder, and lime juice. And then just give that a blend. Should come out nice and creamy like this, not too watery but not too thick. And a little trick here, I'm just using a little bit of extra water to get the rest out of the little blender. Taste test is key here. I noticed it didn't have a ton of flavor and it just needed some extra lime juice, and then it tasted so good. Here we go, the potatoes are done. They ended up only taking 15 minutes and the chickpeas only took 10 because I put them in at about the 5-minute mark. And then you just have to layer your greens with your potatoes, add on your sauce, and any other toppings you like. I also topped mine with vegan Parmesan, which is just nutritional yeast and cashews blended together. And voila, there you have a super easy, delicious, nutritious meal. I ended up eating on my roof, and I'm so glad I did. The sunset was so beautiful. We are gonna make a really quick, easy, about 15-minute rice bowl. And really it's just the rice that is gonna take that long to cook, and the rest of the time you are just gonna be mostly relaxing. But yeah, it's gonna be so easy and so delicious and super simple. So let's get into it. First step is to boil your water. You want to do a 2-to-1 ratio of water to rice/quinoa. So I'm doing 1 cup of rice and quinoa and 2 cups of water. Next, I took my tofu out of my tofu press, which I only had in here for about 5 minutes. You can also do this overnight. It'll take out a lot more water. And I originally wanted to do some sort of like tofu steaks here, but instead, because it ended up super crumbly, I decided to just go with it and just do kind of like tofu crumbles. So I'm using to coat them here just Vital wheat gluten. So it is a really high protein source of wheat. It's basically the protein part of wheat. So I'm just tossing the tofu in that, and then I'm gonna fry it on the stove for about 5 to 10 minutes until it gets nice and crispy. Because I'm doing a Asian inspired rice bowl, I'm gonna use sesame oil here to fry the tofu just because it really gives it this nice Asian flavor, and I just love sesame oil so much. So put on your tofu, fry it for a couple of minutes, and then I'm adding on some tamari sauce, or you can do soy sauce. Next, you just want to get your veggies ready. You can do fresh or frozen here. Add on your spices of choice. I'm doing paprika and garlic powder, and give that a mix and put them in your air fryer. Okay, for the sauce, I'm just going to use the leftover what's in this little hot sauce container we have because we actually are out of hot sauce. And then I'm going to do like a simple kind of like peanut teriyaki sauce, I guess. I'm not sure exactly what you call it, but so a little bit of hot sauce of your choice. I'm going to do a dash of peanut butter, like I guess a tablespoon of peanut butter, like a teaspoon of sesame oil, some water, and some tamari. All right, there you have it. So the broccoli's been about 10 minutes in there. This has fried up really nicely, also only about 10 minutes. And the rice and quinoa took about 10-15. Now just serve it up, put your rice on the bottom, layer with your veggies of choice, and top it with your tofu and your sauce. And voila, there you have it. Less than 15 minutes for a nice, wholesome, easy, delicious dinner. Oh, it's so good. So good. Hello everybody, happy Wednesday. I'm so excited for dinner tonight. It is one of my favorite obsessions right now. We're gonna be making pita pizzas. If you have never had one before, it is exactly what it sounds like. Let's get into it. We are using soy chunks for our protein of choice today. So these are just dehydrated soy pieces. And essentially all you have to do is boil a little bit of water, enough to cover the soy chunks, and then let it boil for about 5 minutes until the water starts to evaporate. Then add on any spices you like. I'm doing garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, and cumin, and then I'll mix that all together and then end with a little bit of tamari sauce as well. Or you can use soy sauce if you don't have tamari sauce. Then just continue to cook on medium to high heat for another 5 or so minutes until they get a little bit crispy. Next, I'm going to start preparing the pitas. So all you have to do is just cut them open if they aren't cut already like mine weren't. Then because I had only a little bit of tomato sauce left, I ended up cutting a little bit of extra tomato to put on the base as well. You can skip this or add your fresh tomato like I'm doing, whatever floats your boat. This is just tomato puree. You can also do like a pizza sauce or like a tomato pasta sauce, whatever works for you and whatever you have in your kitchen. Now I'm gonna add any toppings that I would want in the air fryer. So I'm just doing this tomato base with the soy chunks on top. Sometimes I would also do onions and mushrooms, but for the sake of a quick, easy dinner, I didn't feel like adding them today. Then just pop these in your air fryer for about 10 minutes on 300 to 350, or in your oven, you could put them on broil, whatever you like the best. For the cheese here, I am adding vegan Parmesan, which again is just cashews blended with nutritional yeast. So easy, so delicious. And then I'm also going to use some of the leftover cilantro cashew sauce from last night, because why not? It's so good, and I thought it would be really good on these pizzas, which it was. Okay, pretty sure it's only been about 10 minutes and they look so good. I'm gonna try a little bit for you. Wow, so good. Hello everybody, happy Thursday. I am excited for today's dinner. I didn't actually think I was gonna film this because we're gonna make hot dogs today. And I didn't know how wholesome exactly that was, but in honor of this week's theme of quick, easy, delicious vegan dinners, honestly, it's pretty amazing because the ingredients in them are super solid. They cook so quickly, and when you add the right ingredients and other sides, it does become pretty wholesome. So I thought that at least for one of these dinners, I should give you a fake meat dinner. And yeah, hot dogs were on sale at this local store that we like to shop at. So it kind of seemed like the perfect opportunity. So yes, I'm gonna show you guys how to make plant-based hot dogs today. I'm so excited because it's so easy. And if you're one of those people that sometimes misses having just a hamburger or a hot dog or like chicken nuggets, there's no shame in going to the grocery store and getting a vegan Beyond beef version of that, or Beyond chicken nuggets. Like, yes, it's not the healthiest, most wholesome thing, but if it's gonna keep you on track and it's gonna keep you from not eating animals, then more power to you. Use all the resources you have. I heard one of my friend's boyfriends said that he's been fully vegan for like 7 years now, and he said that one of the first reasons, or like one of the only reasons that he was able to stick to veganism so much, was because at first he didn't really know how to cook, so he would just always go buy the pre-made Beyond beef burgers and the Beyond chicken nuggets and the these hot dogs I'm about to show you. So yeah, do whatever you need to do to keep yourself on track. And if you can't cook lentils every day for dinner, or chickpeas, or these other things that I'm showing you right now, then it's okay. You can go to the store and you can buy these plant-based hot dogs, which are way better for your body and the environment and animal cruelty than regular hot dogs would be. So yeah, keep that in mind. Don't put yourself under too much pressure to like eat everything super healthy and wholesome and like homemade all the time. Just take advantage of the resources that are available, which in 2023, now coming to 2024, is so many, okay? All right, guys, so with that, let's get into making some delicious hot dogs. First, I am going to cut up some small pieces of onion so that I can fry them with the hot dogs to make the hot dogs a little bit more flavorful and have a little bit of like caramelized onions with them. So just heat up your pan on medium to high heat. Fry up your onions for about 2 minutes until translucent. And then I'm just gonna add on my hot dogs after and cook those for about 5 to 10 minutes until warm. Next, I'm just gonna get my toppings ready. So I'm gonna cut up a little bit of fresh tomato to have on top, as well as some pickles. And I didn't actually have very many pickles, but that's okay, it's perfect. Then to make this dinner a little bit more wholesome, I wanted to do a kale salad on the side. So again, I'm just using some fresh lime juice, a little bit of olive oil and sea salt. And then I'm actually also gonna use this sauce from yesterday, from the rice bowl, the peanut teriyaki sauce, just because it had really good flavor, and why not? Might as well use what you have in your fridge. Then just give it a nice massage so the kale gets really soft and much easier and more enjoyable to eat. Now I'm going to add my vegan Parmesan as well, because as you can tell, I'm a little bit obsessed with it. It just tastes so good. And here the hot dogs are almost done. You can see they're getting a bit brown. And perfect, after about 10 minutes, we are done our dinner here. These look so good. And here we go. I think it's actually pretty wholesome with the fresh toppings, the kale salad, and the whole wheat bun. So all in all, pretty good. Okay guys, let's give these hot dogs a taste. I know it's gonna be delicious already, but. Happy Friday! We finally made it to Friday. I'm so excited for tonight as well. It is one of my favorite dinners to make. Yeah, I hope you guys like it too. We're gonna be doing vegan sushi made with simple ingredients, just avocado, oyster mushrooms, mango, and tofu. Those are like my favorite sushi ingredients, so that's just what I wanted to do. But of course, you can mix and match with what you enjoy. You can do carrots and cucumbers, you can do sweet potato, tomato, so many other options, but I'll show you my favorite kind today. Okay guys, let's get into it. First thing you wanna do is boil your sushi rice. Yes, you do need to use specific sushi rice here, but you can pick it up in most grocery stores. Then we are gonna be cooking and preparing our setas, which is really the only thing that needs to be cooked here. So I'm just gonna wash them and then tear them apart into these like kind of longer, meaty-like texture strips. Then we are just gonna heat some oil on the pan. Again, I'm using sesame oil today because it is sort of like more of an Asian-inspired dinner. And I just love the way sesame oil smells with Asian food. Then you just want to coat your mushrooms in there, let them cook for a little bit, and then add on some tamari sauce, or you can do soy sauce if you don't have tamari. Then I'm just going to let that cook and soak up the sauce for about 5 minutes, and then that's pretty much it. And they should look like this. The rice here is taken about 10 minutes as well, and now I'm just going to prepare the other toppings. For the tofu, I want to cut it into long strips just because when you roll the sushi, you are rolling it as like long pieces. So for any ingredients, make sure you're cutting them into long pieces. Like if you're doing carrots, cut them long. You'll see in a second when I cut the mango, I'm cutting it into long pieces as well. There you go. Now we have all of our ingredients. They look so good, and you want to make sure again to have them in long pieces so that you can easily roll them. Next, you just want to add your rice onto your sushi paper and make sure you leave a border so that when you roll it, the sushi paper is able to stick to itself. You only really need a border on the top and bottom, but feel free to spread your rice out to the very sides on the ends. That way, when you cut your rolls, you're gonna have like as many as possible. Then just roll with whatever ingredients you want in each sushi roll and continue about 8 times or however many rolls your rice makes. With 1 cup of rice, I was able to make about 5 rolls. I ended up doing a second batch because I had so many toppings left over. So the second batch only made 4, but the first cup did make 5 rolls. So this is a key trick to cutting them. Just put them all together and cut them as one. So much easier. And voila, one 15-minute, easy, healthy, delicious dinner. If you love this video, you have to go watch my recent What I Ate in a Week. It'll give you so much more inspiration for this 2024. I'll link it here for you. See you there.